Hello, welcome back to Actual Play for another game of Alex Roberts for the Queen. I'm so excited to have a new cast, or an almost new cast. Jen is returned,
I'm
which
old. He's calling me old.
I'm calling you
That's
veteran,
fine.
knowledgeable in the ways of the Regency.
I'm an advanced player.
Yeah, you have the advanced
There's
playbook.
no advancement in this. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, right. You leveled up last time. You're now level 2 for the Queen player. We're going to play another game of it, which should be really exciting. Last time it took us about 2 hours to play, and we had a very satisfying story. So, yeah, let's do the thing. But first, let's all say who we are. How about you, Banana? Why don't you start off? Let's say our names and our pronouns.
Yeah. My name is Banana Chan. My pronouns are she and they, and I am the owner of Game and Curry, which is a board game publishing company / media content creating company. And I write weird LARPs and tabletop games.
He writes rad LARPs and tabletop games. How about you, Jen? What's up with you?
I'm Jen Martin. I don't have a company because I don't have that much of my act together, which is totally fine.
Hold on, what is Autumn of the Ancients being? Autumn of the Ancients, Jen Martin's game about traveling through space together with...
It's complicated. We're working on it. It's complicated.
Cool.
It's fine. It'll be great. It'll be better for it, but it's complicated. Yeah. And I wrote a LARP called Manic Pixie Dream Girls Anonymous, which is not at all based on real life experiences. Hashtag absolutely 100% based on real life experiences. So that's me. I go by she and her.
Cool. I'm Sean Nittner. You know me from this channel. I use he, him pronouns, and I'm real jazzed to run another game for the Queen. And I'm also real excited about Big Bad Con coming up because we just got the schedule out and game signups are going to go live in a little more than a week, which is great that they're not going live this weekend because this weekend I'm actually taking a vacation that is not a gaming convention, which never ever happens, mostly because I can't write it off. And so I don't want signups to go live while I'm also simultaneously trying to do the thing, do the vacationing thing. So I'm going to take it off. I'm going to be gone. How about you, Nathan?
Well, I'm Nathan Black. I'm a bartender, photographer, stuntman, and the community coordinator for Big Bad Con. And I am also so excited for Big Bad Con. I cannot wait to see all my beautiful friends.
Nice. You're a community coordinator you're head of security for lots of places now. Living Games, other stuff as well. Yeah.
I'm just doing security work for Living Games.
Okay.
And doing a little work locally with Huegos Rancheros, a local indie video game collective.
Cool. Well, everywhere you go, you bring good things and help bring people together and protect the community.
I fight for the users.
That feels like it's something from Ready Player One.
Right?
Except it's from Tron.
Except it's for Tron. Nice. That's much better. Thank you. A, I just lost 27 nerd points. B, I'm really glad it's from Tron and not Ready Player One. Cool. Well, let's play this game. So I haven't told any of you how to play it, and that's totally cool because we're going to learn it together. So hey, chat as well. Hi to you. I just looked up and saw people are here. Hey, people. So we're going to read the instructions together, and we're just going to read them out loud. And we'll go in the same kind of turn order that we did. And if Roll20 works the way I think it should, I will click the button that says show to players and it will pop up on your screen. So right now I think everybody should have For the Queen on their screen. Does that sound correct?
Oh, there it is.
Yes.
Boom. There you go. Okay, cool. So we'll go in that order and start reading them. So I will read the first instruction For the Queen. Go around the table clockwise, taking turns reading these cards aloud.
No, my turn.
Yeah.
The
I know
land
it's
you
weird. We're not really circular, but
the land you live in has been at war for as long as any of you have been alive.
it's up to you, Banana.
Oh, is it me? Oh,
Yeah.
sorry.
No problem. We'll get used to it.
Okay. The queen has decided to undertake a long and perilous journey to broker an alliance with a distant power.
The queen has chosen you and only you to be her retinue and accompany her on this journey.
She chose you because she knows that you love her.
Shuffle the question mark cards and place them face down in the center of the table.
That has already been done.
Don't include the card that reads, "The queen is under attack. Do you defend her yet?"
I have sort of placed it there because you can't take cards out of a deck, but it's okay. Roll20 doesn't quite work perfectly for this interface.
How dare they not conform
I
to
know.
a tiny indie game?
No, I'm talking to them, and I'm talking to some folks at Roll20, and they're really excited about this, and they're going to see if they can make this functionality work.
That's cool.
Nice.
Excuse me. Put the queen is under attack card in the middle of the deck for a game that takes approximately an hour, or shuffle it into the bottom third of the deck to play for about 2 hours.
Continuing clockwise, take turns answering the questions on the question cards. Interpret these cards and answer them however you wish.
Other players may ask you questions or make suggestions on your turn, but whether you answer those questions or include those suggestions is entirely up to you.
If you encounter a card or an answer that you don't want to be included in the game, tap the X card. That content is removed from the game.
And note, since X cards are like tapping a card on Roll20 is not necessarily something we would always see. Like you can just say X card, or you can make like the X symbol, or if you're just really like, oh my God, I can't handle this, you can just put your hand in front of the camera. Any of those conventions that we would normally use as like human beings take care of each other, we'll just do those. I think it's to you, Jen. Sorry.
Yeah, sorry, I was interacting with Twitch. If you draw a card that is removed this way, simply draw another card. You can X a card that you drew yourself.
You can also pass on your turn. To do so, give the question card you drew to the next player and say, I'd like to hear your answer to this question.
A question mark card can be passed around the table until someone applies the X card to it.
Continue answering, passing, and Xing questions until the queen is under attack card is drawn.
Each player should answer that question in turn, then the game is over.
Whoever wants to can draw the first card. All right.
And we hear Sean furiously closing all of the windows.
Yes. Well, otherwise they'd stay out. So the way card draws work, mechanically speaking, using the Roll20 interface, is that if you mouse over the little for the queen deck, you'll see a card kind of like slide out. And if you drag that card to your nameplate down at the bottom, it will put it in your hand. But since the cards are immediately going to be just read out loud, if you just drag it out into the center, it'll just plop the image right into the center, and then we can all see it. And then you read the card, and then you answer the question. So you can get fancy and like draw it and then play it, but you can also just drag it onto the center. I will demonstrate. Let's make sure I'm putting the cards where they're visible. Yeah, there we go. What is something you do for the royal family that has prepared you well for this journey? Oh, Jen, what was our setting last time? My mind just went blank.
We did sci-fi kind of Stargate last time.
Yeah. Okay, I think I established that though, so I'm not going to establish hard for this.
I think if it helps, I was thinking it could be cool for this to be set on like a long distance train.
Ooh, I like that. Like steam powered,
Something like that. Yeah.
something like that. Something like that. All right, cool.
Nice.
Awesome. Excellent. Well, that gives me a great idea. So thank you. I am a meteorologist. Somebody who studies climate. Yeah, that's right. I'm a meteorologist, and I spent months planning out just the exact perfect time when we could make this trip without torrential storms interfering. And I was watching the stars and watching the weather patterns, and hopefully, we'll see if I was right or wrong, could predict that that the train will not be waylaid. Because if it is, that could be very bad for us. And Nathan, you will draw the next card.
Okay.
Oh, and then when you're done with it, sorry, just delete the card off the screen so that they don't all clump up.
Okie doke. Let's see here. The queen had me punished once. What about the memory of that will stay with you forever? Oh, my deep abiding shame.
Yeah. What were you punished for?
I feel like being of noble birth, I disrespected a peasant, and the queen corrected me and set me in my place, and reminded me that we are only nobles at the indulgence of the peasants.
Oh darn! Is that like true? Is she speaking for like our culture and our community, or is she an outlier in that belief?
I mean, she's the
queen. It doesn't matter, right?
How did she punish you, or was it just correcting you?
Sorry, we're having so many follow-up questions, but like this is a juicy one.
No, she banished me from the noble court for a year, and I had to live I had to live amongst the populace and make my living without any of the. As a noble, you don't really get the skills required to work a field or to work a bellows as a blacksmith. You didn't go through the apprenticeship, so it was very hard on me. Nice. I ended up begging and working my way into working in a mercantile.
Nice.
Right. Wow. Cool. Banana, you're the next card drawer.
All right. Oh, where'd it go? Oh crap! Did I do it wrong?
Oh, it went into your hand. So if you
click and drag it. Oh, there we go.
There you go.
Cool. What promise did the queen make to you before this journey?
I'm moving it so it shows up on the screen. So I feel like, why is the card moving?
Do you think she'll keep it? Why or why not? I think the queen promised that she will hand her crown down to another person.
You?
So that's unclear.
Seems like
so many questions.
I know.
And she's probably hinting at it, but I'm not going to make too many assumptions.
So she said that she is going to abdicate the throne, give her power. Now, three things, and we kind of went over them quickly, but there's three things that are true, or four things that are true in this world. We've been at war as long as any of us have been alive. We're traveling onto a distant land to try and broker peace. the queen has chosen us and only us to be in a retinue, and she chose us because we love her. Those are the 4 like truisms of the game. So wow. So she told you that she would give up this thing in the middle of a war. I mean, albeit we've been in this war forever.
Mhm.
Cool. Yeah. Do you think she's going to keep it? Think she's going to do it?
Probably not. I feel like there's an ulterior motive to her saying that.
Rad.
Yeah.
I'm so curious about this queen.
What do I usually do for the royal family, and why does that make me an unlikely choice for this journey? This is perfect. I'm a mechanic. I fix things, and normally I fix things for people who are, between 3 and 6 layers of sort of magnitude below the monarchy. It's sort of, contractors upon whatever underlings. So like the queen shouldn't have known my name at all.
Mm-hmm.
And she specifically chose me, and that's weird and gave me very uncomfortable feelings. Because yes, I do love her, but like it's supposed to be unrequited. She's not supposed to know I exist. This is weird, and I'm a little squirmy on this train ride.
Are you I don't know if there's a word for it, but are you a train mechanic?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm going to call it a tinkerer because that's fun.
I like it. A tinkerer.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think the engineer is specifically not a person that actually is an engineer on a train. Like that's a role.
I think so. Yes. The engineer is sort of the train director, not the person who fixes the engineering.
Yeah.
So
Cool.
what was your specialty?
I mean, I think my specialty is in like whatever the engine is, whether it's, steam powered or gasoline or coal or electricity or like, I don't know, whatever we do. Excuse me. Yeah, I'm bad with people. I mostly just speak to machines.
Yeah, I'm envisioning coal. I don't know if that
I'm cool
fits with people,
yeah.
but like it feels cool. All right. When was the last time the queen showed you real kindness? I think it was at the start of this journey when I told her it was kind of a eureka moment when I realized that the time was right. I didn't have it planned out for months and months. It was like I woke up, I checked the stars, and it's like, Your Majesty, it's today. Like this now is when we should leave. This is when everything's in alignment and we should go. Except I had some unfinished business. I have let's make it ugly. I have gambling debts. And if I don't pay them, people in my family and people that I love are going to get hurt. And if I just like skip out of town, that would be very bad for people. So I delayed our journey by several hours and by several bruises and abrasions and signs of altercations, all to ensure that although I couldn't pay those debts, I at least let people know that I was not skipping out on them. So I'm really in a rush to get back because of that, because I think it's going to be the longer we're gone, the longer my interest racks up. But she did give me the chance to protect my name and my reputation. And I think the merchant that Nathan, you work for, is the person I owe a bunch of money to. So I have a debt to your former, albeit temporary, patron. Yeah. That was nice of her. She didn't give me any money. That would have been really nice of her. But
Well, that would have been real kindness.
I call it real kindness that she didn't. Getting in deep with the Merchant's Guild is
She's enabling you to fix your own problems, though. She's not fixing them for you.
Yeah, right? She's not just Mrs. Moneybags.
All right. The queen trusts me, but no one else in the royal court does. Why? I wasn't allowed to tell why I was gone. I just show back up with these merchant connections, and I never explained to anyone in the court why or where I was because of my shame of having to grovel and work like peasants do, and the rest of the royal court didn't understand why I was gone or where I was gone or why now I'm more comfortable with the peasants and merchant class.
So is there like rumors that you went off and had some affair, or that you had, or some other kind of dalliance where you were just like playing around rather than it being a result of your punishment?
The question is where the loyalties of the merchants lie, and why, if I'm suddenly cozy with them, if their connections are questionable, so are mine.
Yeah, they're shady.
Oh, they are. Gambling debts abound.
I can definitely attest for them merchants not being the at least not the sweetest of people.
They're certainly not cuddly.
No.
Cool. How do I do this? There we go.
Yeah, so just drag it like into the center. There we go.
What brings out the queen's cruelty? I think people who betray her. So everything with her is like speaking with her is like a test, and she likes to test if people will in any sort of like social interaction, she would like try to see what people's true intentions are, what their true colors are, that kind of thing.
Does she value integrity really highly then? Is that really
Yes.
important to her?
Integrity and I guess loyalty as well.
And does she claim to be a person of great integrity? Like, is that an attribute that she is affiliated with often?
With me, I think so. I think that I'm a part, like maybe I'm her, not her second in command or anything, but like a childhood friend that grew up with her. So I know, like, I know her past. So she does think that I'm just going to be there for her. And like, if she has someone to talk to, then it'd be me.
Nice. I'm super intrigued at the queen who is cruel, who gets upset at people who act without integrity, and who has promised to step down from the throne. That's like, those things both seem
It's a real fun combination.
a real fun combination. I dig it a lot. All right, let's kill that one.
I thought I did it.
You did
I
it.
did.
Yep, it's there.
Okay. This journey isn't just about diplomatic negotiations. What else do I suspect is going on? and why? I think that we are returning a prisoner of war to this other country.
That still seems like it could be within the bounds of
and
diplomacy,
that the
though,
queen
right?
is, yeah, but I think that the queen is doing it like outside of the sort of view or approval of the court. I think she's kind of going renegade and just bringing this person back to their home.
Wow. Is that
and I
person...
totally think that's Nathan's character.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's got to be one of us because we're the only ones on this journey.
Right? Uh-huh.
Well, that would certainly explain why the nobles didn't trust me.
I mean, I'm a peasant, so I'm seeing that I think that my perspective is probably very, very different than like Bananas or Sean's perspective.
Yeah. But you think so? Let me make sure I understand. Nathan's character is a prisoner of war, but nobility. So treated as nobility in the court, even though of our enemy, and then cast out to do like this,
or maybe
serve this punishment.
Or something.
Say all that again, because your audio chopped up for me.
I'm sorry, my computer's being dumb.
No worries.
I'm sorry. You were explaining it.
Oh, I was just trying to tie all the pieces together.
Yeah.
So Nathan's character is a prisoner of war but still nobility. And then as nobility, cast out, punished, brought back into the court, and now going back, but is being sort of snuck out to be returned to the homeland.
Yes.
Nice.
Okay.
I don't know the specifics. I'm just a peasant. Listen, maybe it's fine. Maybe
You just-
it's fine.
You just like know the story around the water cooler.
Fake news. Exactly.
Nice. And dig it. Oh man. That's not what I expected.
Aww.
Sean.
You know what, Nathan? I would like to hear your answer to this question.
Oh, you can do that.
Yeah. You can exit and just be like, nope, and draw another card if you don't like it, or you could pass it to Banana if you want.
Oh no, let's do this.
But I think you have a better answer to this question than I possibly would. Given what we just found out.
What did they offer me? I mean, certainly I arranged it. Oh, they told me it was the only way me and the queen could be together. The only way. Yeah, I mean, I have to be complicit in this. I have to be the one that I have to be the one that pulls the trigger.
Yeah.
And in return, she's mine.
Or in this case, pulls the brake.
Well, we'll see how the ambush comes down. You're not privy to that yet.
No, I'm sure we're not. So, I mean, you've been hers as long as you've been prisoner, right? So the dynamic will change.
The opportunity to turn the tables. Although I did learn significant amounts of things about humility.
Well, I mean, you still love her, right? Like,
absolutely.
Yeah, you just want her all to yourself.
Sorry, kids.
Selfish.
I am who I am. Oh, my turn, huh?
No, it's bananas.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That was yeah. So whenever you pass it, then it just goes. You would just continue on from whoever ends the last one.
Got it. Oh, did I just move?
I need it way up.
Didn't we see this question already?
I think we did.
Yeah, I
we
think we
answer
did as
that
well.
question?
Yeah, I think I might have added that card to the deck twice because I seem to remember seeing it last time twice as
It's
well.
okay. I can draw another one.
Yeah, just draw another one.
What do you do for the queen that anyone else could, and why does she make you do it? I think at this point, I'm sort of just like there all the time listening to her talk about her life and how great it is, and sort of like not like a therapist, but sort of like someone who's forced into just listening to her talk all the time. And that's because she thinks that she can trust me with all this information.
So she just lets loose all sorts of state secrets and things because she knows that you're her friend and will never betray her.
Can she trust you with this information?
Oh no.
I mean, have you ever betrayed her? Have you ever
I have yet to betray her. So
Cool.
I love how you word that.
Nice. I feel like this would be the sort of thing that people who care about the queen's attention, which would be like probably most of us, would notice. Like, why is there this not a part of the court, this person who doesn't have any high rank or whatnot, and yet she always has the queen's ear? I'm jealous. Just throwing that out there. I don't want to speak for anybody else, but
I wouldn't say I'm jealous.
yeah, you wouldn't say you were jealous.
You wouldn't say it. You think it. You wouldn't say it though.
Yeah.
Jealousy is below me.
Sure.
Action is my forte.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. I think Jen, you're up.
Yeah. You sometimes think you might be the queen's favorite. Why? Why does this worry you? Well, I'm going to answer the last question first, because clearly there are better candidates here to be her favorite. People who are trying to be her favorite, people who it makes perfect sense to be her favorite. I am not that person. I think that I sometimes think that I might be her favorite because of the way that she looks at me when she thinks I'm not like paying attention to her or watching her. Like, I think that there's been a couple times where like she's come to the engine room to like spend time with me while I'm working, and that's weird. I mean, she's the queen; she can do whatever she wants. But like, why do you want to hold a conversation with me while I'm working? I'm just doing boring work things.
Also, isn't it like really hot by the engines? Like, it seems like it'd be uncomfortable for most people to work be in your working environment.
Yeah, I mean, I probably tend to take half of my clothes off when I work, so maybe that has something to do with it. I don't know.
For sure. I'm down with this plan. Cool. What do you do for the queen that no one else could? I read the queen's horoscopes, and I think meteorology and astrology are intertwined at this time, in this setting, in this place, and I Yeah, I give her a daily horoscope by looking at the stars, and I think I am privy to knowledge of her birth that is not common, the hour and the time and the place. And that allows me to give her the most accurate horoscopes, but there's something kind of surreptitious about the location of her birth that she wouldn't want shared otherwise. So I have been given special dispensation to know it. But it's like, I think I know like the latitude and longitude or something like that, but not actually. I think I know like the coordinates, but I don't actually know where that is. It just seems like it's off. Like it doesn't sound like it's like within the borders of our nation, or, you know, there's something about it that seems far, far away. So yeah, because I've proven myself as an astrologer and a reader of horoscopes, I have that. I get to know that. So I'm the only one. So there, Nathan, I got a thing. I got a thing that makes me special too.
That too shall pass.
To hear him answer another question.
All right. What about you, my friend?
What about me?
Oh, God.
I think of someone in this retinue as the queen's favorite. Who and what makes you think this? I actually think it's Banana's character. She just won't stop talking to her. They're always chit-chatting and confiding, and like the little glances, the little conspiratorial glances to each other, and then they'll like both look at one of the other members of this retinue and giggle. Rude.
It's probably very obvious too.
Super rude.
It's
like,
super obvious.
Is it like tittering, like whispering and then giggling?
Banana, you tell me.
Not like pointing and laughing, but you know.
but certainly pointedly.
Yeah.
Pointedly laughing.
That makes it so much better.
I mean, the queen is always going to be elegant, right?
Of course, she's a lady. She's the lady.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah, I believe it.
You were summoned to a private meeting with the queen once. Why did you feel disappointed after?
I have a thought.
Yeah. Yeah, kind of.
Since you are her friend and you see her all the time, and you having private meetings with her seemed like very normal, it might be very interesting to ask Jen her answer to this question. I'm just saying, like, I don't want to like ask you to skip your turn, but this seems really interesting to hear somebody else, you know, not someone who's her like close confidant's answer.
Yes.
Thanks, John.
Sorry.
No, you're not. Don't
not
be a
sorry
liar.
at all. Sorry, not sorry.
Okay. So I was summoned to a private meeting, which was very weird. Why did I feel disappointed afterward? That's a really good question. Why would she have summoned me?
Yeah. What was this, before the trip, or has this been like on the train, or?
I think it's been on the train. And yeah, I feel like I was being like, I feel like it was like an audition for something that I wasn't informed what it was for, and I feel like I failed. I don't know if it was like the way that she was, you know, speaking about, you know, the goal of the negotiations or the missions or whatever, or like maybe I didn't have the right sort of world politics, you know, conversation or but I feel like I had this private meeting with the Queen, which like people would die for, and
Possibly have died for even.
possibly have died for.
I've certainly died for.
Yes. And yeah, I feel like I did not entertain her. I did not, make her laugh or smile. I felt like she was super bored with me, and then I left. And yeah, I'm being harsh on myself for making mistakes, Sean. Thanks for that.
Sorry, but you're welcome. Did she like grill you? Did she ask you like questions about politics, or did she like make you perform physical feats to see if your your strength or speed?
I don't feel like it was like grilling. It was it was like in high school when the popular kid asks you over to the table and talks to you, and you're just so out of your depth, and you're like, you don't have the same sort of like lingo or or whatever. And
Was she flirting with you maybe, and you didn't, and you only realized afterwards?
Yes, I love that.
Yes.
Aww.
Yeah.
Oh. Now I'm extra sad.
Sorry. I'm real glad you answered that question. Yes, Nathan is correct.
Answer the next question, Sean.
I'm on it. I'm doing it. I'm answering this one. What did you bring with you to protect the Queen? Oh, well, this is so tame in comparison. Certainly not.
A different card.
Certainly not my gambling debts. What, you want me to exit just because it's not like it's not?
Because I want to bring the pain to you, Sean. That's why.
Fine, exit. All right, cool.
All right.
Exit card. Boom. Card rejected.
You are not allowed to defend yourself, Sean. Yes.
There we go. There we go.
Yes.
There we go. Are you happy now?
Yes,
Are you
happy,
satisfied? Well, this is really good. You saw, the other question I was going to give some boring answer to anyway. You saw the Queen do something terrible to keep the retinue safe. What was it? Did you come to respect her more or less afterward? So I've told her what exactly the weather conditions are going to be like for us to make it to this foreign country, and when we can make it. And the problem is that we're traveling during the winter. Maybe it's been winter for a really long time. I'm not trying to get Games of Thrones here, but like maybe it's just we live in a cold area, and the tracks can get frozen over. Storms can stop, make travel impossible. And so my calculations, while there's no way to be 100% sure that they're accurate, they're very precise, meaning there's not a wide window, to go. And in part because I made us late to start, we had no time to sort of dither. And at one point when we had left our the bounds of our country, and we were traveling through another nation, perhaps one neutral to us, perhaps even one at war with us, there was a blockade to stop and do inspections. And two things would have happened if we had stopped. One, they would have found out who was on board, which would have potentially put us all in danger. And two, it would have slowed us down. And I'm not sure what it was, which of those two was the incentive. She never told me, but I watched her command you to just put more coal in the fire. And I assume that even though you're the mechanic in this case, you're also the one sort of tending to the engine. And we just rammed that blockade, and there were people there, and they may have gotten hurt. We definitely made enemies. We demolished it and damaged the train, and very much upset. It said something terrible though, so I'm going to say there was like a person blocking the way. That's terrible.
And
it's
not terrible enough, is it?
Oh my
I
God.
think it's pretty terrible.
Families.
I personally think it's awful because I'm ostensibly driving, quote unquote, this train, and the queen made me kill someone.
Yes.
Oh my
God.
Yeah. I don't know if any of you have seen the Good Place.
Yeah.
Where they have the train dilemma of like
trolley problem.
The trolley problem of like, who do you run over? Yeah, she made the trolley problem. She just answered the trolley problem for us, but she made you do it. William Jackson Harper was on an interview and he was talking about the thing called the blood cannon that they shot in his face for that.
And his mouth was open.
Yeah. So, yeah. She made you kill somebody.
So did you come to respect her more or less afterwards?
Oh, wow. There's a second part of this question.
Me, John. Yes. And you have to answer the whole question.
Let's see. Did I come? So now that you framed it perfectly for me, Jen, did I come to respect her more or less after she traumatized you? Of course. I came to respect her more after that because she showed her convictions, and it's totally ego. It's completely ego. The reason why I respect her more because of it is because I feel like she believes in my work. Like she was like, we got to be on time. You've said that we can't stop. This blockade will take us hours. There's no way it'll be quick. And and at first there wasn't a person in the way.
When the blood isn't on her hands.
No, well, I mean, only figuratively.
It's on her train.
Yeah, it's on her train.
That's true.
And I mean, I don't think there was a person in the front of it in the beginning. They were like waving us down, and then eventually somebody stood it, and got the pressure of it got more and more intense, where it was like the stakes got higher and higher, and she just wouldn't relent. It was a game of chicken, and she did not back down, or she told you not to back down. So, yeah. So there we go, Jed. I'll answer that difficult question by making you suffer horribly. You got it. Anytime. She's terrible, but I respect her.
This queen is not as bad as the last queen.
No, the last queen was awful.
Yes.
All right.
So what next?
This is such the perfect question for you.
Very sharp question.
This is so good.
I am considered beautiful by almost everyone I meet. But the queen makes me question that perception by not even acknowledging it. She challenges me intellectually, but she notices everyone else. She makes comments about the engineer or the tinkerer. She makes sure to bring up physical details of all of the other members of the retinue, but me, nothing.
And is it normally your physical beauty that people gravitate towards or pay attention to, or is that the thing that you're sort of known for?
Yeah, absolutely. It's certainly not my personality.
I mean, I wasn't going to say anything.
Well, no, I was forced to go live with the peasants for a while. I'm traditionally very handsome, strong, big, craggy features. But it goes entirely unnoticed by the queen or unremarked on by the queen. And being as vain as I am, I do notice that she mentions other people, but not myself.
Do you feel that you are more attractive than, say, the tinker by most people's standards?
Certainly by my standards.
By your standards? Yeah. And yet the queen has spent...
By your standards. Yes.
I don't know if your character could see outside their own myopic view to most people's standards. I don't know if you could answer that question. Not sure.
Yeah, outside of his I don't know that he sees anything outside of his standards.
Nice. Beautiful.
Ooh, there is a false rumor about you and the queen. Back at the royal court. What is it? How did it start? I think that the rumor is that I think that the rumor is that I am spying on the queen, and I'm actually working for the opposing side. And I think this all started from the merchant, because I don't know why. He's got something against me for some strange reason.
Wow. So rumors spread around. How long has this rumor been going around? Is this like a long time, or has this just happened?
This is recent, maybe like a week.
So it's like extra surreptitious that the queen took off with just you and 2 other people.
Mm-hmm.
And it started because Nathan, is it now? You say the merchant, do you mean Nathan's character?
Oh, sorry,
or do you mean
Nathan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
What?
Yeah.
That's exactly what you said when you heard that rumor.
You have to be kidding.
I would never say such a thing. That me?
That was ridiculous. Unfounded. Absolutely true.
Did you hear? Oh no, me? Spread rumors? Never.
No. Discredit the queen's best friend? Why, I would never.
I love that the spy, that the treasonous one, is the one that planted the rumor that somebody else was spying.
Wait, suddenly I'm the spy?
Well, in chat we're saying I'm on a train. Jen said I'm on a train full of spies. And I think you just responded spy train. So yes, I think you just owned up to that.
Okay.
I'm watching you. All right, Jen.
Yeah, well, I mean, I certainly started that to hopefully get back to the queen, that it in such a way as it would cause fissures in your relationship.
Like that's gonna happen.
This actually speaks to my question card.
Nice.
What part of this journey will be the most difficult, and how do I pull the rest of the retinue through it? Because y'all are like a bunch of like scheming court people.
That is exactly what we
yes.
are.
And so I think that I have like pretty much wholeheartedly embraced I'm the country bumpkin who is trying to be the glue that keeps all of us together, because while I do privately think that the merchant is the spy and this is going to end badly, I also recognize that like I don't actually know that for true, and like pointing fingers before we get there is not going to end well. So I'm sort of like, putting on the nice face, making sure we all get along. Also, I kind of feel like I don't think any of you see me as an implicit threat. So it's really easy for me to be friendly with each of you individually.
Or a person, really.
Also that, yes. Thanks, jerk. I totally fit in your food. Which I actually probably make because I am the peasant here.
I mean, I couldn't be asked to do it.
No, you really couldn't.
Well, but wait, weren't you taught all this humility for working your way up? Did none of that stick? As soon as you got restored, were you like,
I feel like I taught him on day one that he had done work with peasants. Like, he's not one of us.
I mean, that was something made abundantly clear in my trials as not a peasant.
Yeah. Nice.
Not a peasant. What part of this journey will be the most difficult? I think. I mean, I think going into the journey, like I was actually quite concerned about the actual weather because it's not something I know about, and I think that we probably have seen some like really really bad storms, and so I was really concerned about that. Now, however, that I've killed someone with the train, that was the most difficult part of the journey, and now I'm just afraid of what's going to happen in the future. Because what happens next time? Like, she's not going to have me stop the train next time. What if there's 10 people on the tracks? Like,
Yeah. What if they come chasing after us? Oof. And yeah, and you pulled us through by just going, right? That was how you pulled us through it. I
actually think that I have like anxiety issues now because of that, because like it's not like it's a car that you can turn and go on a different route. Like, the train is going forward whether or not there's people on the tracks, and like I don't know how to stop there being people on the tracks.
This sounds
really
like
bothering me.
There was a guy who made a Dread game about Thomas the Tank Engine, and you played the engines, and like they and you had all your passengers, but if they like weren't on your train, you couldn't do anything for them. You're like, oh no, it's my people. But like if they were just like off on the side, you're like, they're getting flooded, they're getting hurt. There's just nothing you could do because you're a train and you're stuck on the tracks.
That's so
Sorry,
amazing.
I'm imagining this now. It's like I'm stuck. All right, well, it's my card, but I think it's word about the time to take a break. So if folks are cool with it, let's take a little bio. And
Cool.
Thanks everyone for hanging out with us. If you are like, wow, this is so cool, I wish I could see more for the Queen, bam, there's a link to the game we played last time. So you can see
in which Sean and my characters were secret lovers.
Yeah, it was great.
That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, so we'll see you back in a little bit, and there's more for the Queen for you.